Hi everybody, Sandy Day here again with Beyond School Bells. Today we're going to talk about five different units. They're actually virtual, I don't want to say knockoffs, but virtual versions, if you will, of earlier units that we've already talked about. They're just in a little bit different form. They're, like I said, they were rewritten and sometimes really tweaked to fit better in the virtual world that we found ourselves in the spring of 2020 when schools were closed and kids were home. A lot of the things that you'll see in there, it'll say note to parent instead of note to facilitator because, you know, like I said, that was what it was written for. But that being said, all of these can be adapted into a face-to-face setting as well. And so the units that I'm talking about are called solar power, sport science, structural science, states of matter, and waste. And again, all of this content is free for you to use. All that we ask is that when the unit is over or lessons are over, if you could please fill out a very short 5-question survey. The first 4 questions are Likert scale of 1 to 5. This was fun. And then another one is, you know, easy to understand and use, whatever. Can't remember my wording there. But anyway, the final one is an open-ended question where basically if you have some suggestions where we could make the unit better or a particular lesson better, if you could give us that feedback, that would be really very valuable. Because like I said, we write the units, but you guys are the ones that are testing them out. If things need to be tweaked, we need to make that happen. Okay, so thank you for doing that. All right, so let me share my screen. Let me see if I can get us there in a timely fashion. Ta-da! Getting better at this. Okay, so again, what you're looking at right now may not be the way that you actually get this content. I'm going to be sending out some emails, and I think Anna Bromberg and Jennifer Jones are also contacting folks to find out how they want the content shared. I could simply share my drive and you'd have everything. But if you don't like that sort of environment, I know some people don't, I could put it on a flash drive. I could just PDF you everything. You just let me know what you think would be best. But anyway, so the lessons that I'm talking about, the units I'm talking about are down here at the bottom. So solar power, sports science, states of matter, structural science, and then waste. Those are variations of the environmental pieces under environmental science, and then also engineering design. So the first one, solar power, was a component of environmental science. It's tweaked a little bit differently, like I said, but basically let's take a peek at how it will work. These are, and because these were all virtual backpacks, I think they were posted in beginning of May through the middle of June. They're all simply in a PDF form. Okay, so these are for, content is for students in grades kindergarten through grade 2, but of course can be modified. Everything that we do here starts with asking a question, which essentially asks students to draw on their prior knowledge and have them think about things and go a little bit deeper. Okay, so the question, the big idea is we get light from the sun. Okay, can we make light in darkness using the sun? Okay, so we're gonna watch you'll start off with a short 3-minute video. It's a PBS video about that particular content or topic. And then basically what they're gonna do in lesson 1 is they're gonna take, could be a shoebox or any old cardboard box, and this particular part of the unit could take a couple days because they can make it as elaborate as they want, whatever. And then once they're all done making their little house or their little dog house or whatever they're envisioning this box to be, something lives in there, it's a person or a dog or whatever, then all of a sudden the lights need to go out. So turn off all the lights in the room and then say, well, how can we make some sun come in, and hold up that flashlight and start talking about what could happen to get that light inside the box. So basically they're making a solar light inside of a house, just kind of we're trying to do today in the world. Lesson 2 probably looks familiar. We're going to make that solar oven in this particular lesson. And again, we're going to make s'mores. You probably know basically how you do it. You take a pizza box, you cut out a top, close top, cut out a portion of the top so that it can flip up. You're going to put tin foil across everything there and black construction paper in the bottom to attract that heat and concentrate that heat. And then you're going to stack the contents for s'mores, the graham cracker, the mallow, the chocolate, and another graham cracker. And you're going to just let that baby bake. And next thing you know, you're eating s'mores. And then finally, when you put those two things together, light and heat, and another component, water, and particularly with food coloring, you can see the spectrum of colors that comes from the sun's energy. Okay, so that's solar power. And sports science, again, is going to have three lessons. I won't go through each one in detail, but here's an overview. These are the units: push, pull, and gravity, motion and friction, and then pull and friction. Again, it's going to all be the same sort of thing, starting off with a setting the stage, accessing prior knowledge. Typically, I like to build in a small video, and then they have the activity. And then the other 3 units are the same. States of matter was part of the kitchen chemistry unit from the engineering design unit. So let's get to that. And basically it's, again, K2, trying to get young people to understand that everything is in at least one state of matter. It's either a gas, a liquid, or a solid. Some things, that's for grades 3 through 5. Some things are combinations of those, but that's not this unit. But this is the basic stuff. For example, melting an ice cube, timing it and watching it on different components. If it's sitting on something dark like black construction paper, whatever. And then you're going to do the opposite in the enrichment. You would make some popsicles for tomorrow. So fun. And then, okay, this is kind of fun. Again, with states of matter, liquids and solids, sometimes you can put them together and they retain their consistencies or their color, and sometimes they do not. And then the last one is mixtures. And this one gets to the fact that you can mix things and sometimes you can unmix them and sometimes you cannot. Okay, structural science, also one of my faves, builds on some of the engineering design stuff from the whole unit of engineering design. How does objects that we build, like buildings, how do they interact with the weather, air in particular? And so they're going to build a tower that will stand up against a breeze. And basically what they're going to find out is they need to, you know, allow some way for the air to go through that structure. Then they're going to make a chair using newspaper. Believe it or not, they're going to roll up newspaper and make it strong enough that they can sit on. That's kind of fun. I like that lesson. And then lastly, a building is for the birds. We have a problem. We have this Tibby bird bath. It keeps falling over. Well, basically, we're trying to teach students about, well, gravity for one, but also the importance of having a sturdy base for a building. And if it's not sturdy, it's going to fall over. There's a really cute video that goes along with that too. It's called Winging It. You're going to love it. And then waste, which is part of the environmental scavenger hunt, but the environmental science unit that was deep and wide. This is just 3 lessons of that. Types of waste is 1. Composting, where they make a real composter out of a bottle, clear bottle, and then how to reduce waste and what that means to our planet. Okay, so again, those 5 units are, some of it is the exact same content, like solar oven is exactly the same, but some of it is not, because what I tried to do is, with a parent in mind, I had to change some of those lessons from the original environmental science unit. And frankly, some of them just didn't transfer over. Not saying that parents couldn't do it. It's just, there were some givens that teachers, after school facilitators would know and you know, be set for, and could lay some background knowledge in really well. And so I had to change them and back them off a little bit. So those are available for you. And again, if you, I don't know if you have my email address, but let me just give it one more time here. It's sday, D-A-Y, @nebraskachildren.org. If you want to go ahead and give me an email, let me know how you want this content. Otherwise, we'll be reaching out to ask you that question. And then when you get the email from me, you'll see in my signature, there is my cell phone and also my Zoom name. So feel free to contact me in any of those avenues, through any of those avenues. Okay, I guess that's it. Take care, stay positive, and remember, test negative. Bye, everybody.